Gears of War desde o primeiro jogo, trabalhou na Rational Games com BioShock Infinite, depois voltou para a franquia Gears of War em 2014, quando a Microsoft adquiriu novamente na Black Tusk, que hoje se chama The Coalition. Eu estou aqui com o Rod Fergusson, chefão do estúdio desenvolvedor de Gears of War. Hi Rod.
Hey.
Thank you to talk to us and welcome to Brazil.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Rod, I want to start asking you about the Gears of War as a whole.
Okay.
You've been with Gears franchise since the beginning.
Right.
How did Gears evolve for you?
I mean, it's a character-driven story. It's really focused on the characters and trying to tell that story. What I love is the franchise, we can do a wide range of things. You can do silly humor, you can do cartoon violence, and then you can have deep emotional moments where, like, when Dom dies. And so the fact that the franchise can do all of that means there's a lot of places we can go. And so from a story perspective, you see that we're trying to make the stories more contemporary, more modern. And as you go into 4 and 5, you know, we're trying to tell a sort of a deeper story there. And then gameplay, I mean, it's just finding the ways to kind of, again, try to keep it modern. And, you know, like knowing that it's a cover-based, co-op, third-person shooter, but like how can we sort of start to play with that formula? We didn't want to do that with 4. 4, we were like, new team, new studio, we have to show we can make a Gears of War game. But now with Gears of War 5, we can actually kind of play with things and start to mess with stuff a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's what we're really excited about.
We've seen some material of Gears of War 5 and looks way different.
Right.
I mean, almost like a psychological thriller. Which changes are Coalition bringing with Gears of War 5?
Yeah, I mean, it's trying to find sort of like a different way to tell the story and to change the kind of the atmosphere a little bit. And a lot about how we're going to kind of play with the mechanics. You know, a lot of this stuff, like I said, I think there's ways. We saw a little bit of that in 4 with the ability to pull things over cover and attack them with your knife. And we're going to be trying to sort of amp that up even further and just playing with core mechanics, things that we'd be afraid to touch in Gears 4. We're both feet in, we're going all the way in Gears 5, so it'll be exciting.
Cool. Gears Pop is the Funko's first game.
Right.
What can we expect? Something playful and family-friendly like a Lego game?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be a mature rated game. It's meant to be, you know, what you would think of as a teen rated game. It's really meant to, it's going to be, it's with a great partnership with Funko, and we have a development partner, Mediatonic, that we're working with. And yeah, it's going to be this sort of cute, we sort of like to think of it as these sort of cute badasses. You know, there's this like, you want it to be adorable and approachable because, you know, to make it reach out to more gamers. But at the same time, at its heart and its soul, it's still a Gears of War game. So it still has cover and you still have, you know, combat. So I think people are going to really enjoy it.
Cool. And about Gears Tactics, is a prequel and happens 12 years before the events in Gears of War 1?
That's correct.
And what is the story you want to tell?
You know, it was just trying to find a way to tell a new take on sort of the beginning of the war, you know, with Emergence Day and everything that happened just after that. This is a time period we haven't really played in. And so it was finding like where can we go with that and talk, what are the things we want to talk about with going back to the Locust and going back to some of that E-Day feeling. And so getting to explore a new squad and new characters with, you know, going back to the Locust, I think it's going to be really fun for people. And getting to play in this turn-based strategy, that ability to kind of take a genre that is very familiar to the PC audience and bring that to PC, I think is going to be really exciting.
And to finish, are we going to see some news from any of these Gears of War projects still in 2018?
You know, we're really sort of focused on, because the game's coming, like, you know, Gears 5 is in 2019, we want to sort of talk about it closer to when it comes out, so we probably won't be talking that much more in 2018.
Okay. Thank you very much, Rod.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.